Hi, David. Welcome back today.
Thank you.
I just wanted to let you know that everything is said in here will stay between us, and we do have a 15-minute time interval today, so we're going to try to get everything covered, and whatever we can't get covered, we'll have you come back again or have some homework done, and we'll go from there.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so what brings you in today?
Well, just, I've been trying to make some changes and I've been having a little bit of trouble sticking with it and just things like that, just some procrastination issues.
Okay. Is it have anything to do with personal life or school or?
Well, procrastination gets me across the board in all areas. So it affects everything.
Okay.
But a lot of the things that I've been trying to focus on have been like my health and diet and exercise and getting into those new routines I've been finding kind of difficult.
Okay. So are you having personal health issues or you just want to overall?
No, I don't have any personal health issues. I'm getting to the age where I'm concerned that eventually some of them might start creeping in.
Mm-hmm.
My husband, who's a year younger than me, has health issues, and so I'm hoping that by me changing what I'm eating and how I'm acting and exercise regimens and things like that, that maybe he'll start seeing the change and he'll see that it's beneficial and he'll start to make the adjustment. He's been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and nothing that he can't reverse. The doctor says that it's all exercise and diet, and he can come off the meds and not have, as long as he maintains the healthy lifestyle, then he can come off the medications.
Okay.
And cholesterol's the same way, and now he started having some migraine headaches, and thinking that it's probably diet related. So,
Okay.
we're trying to do those things.
So is he doing okay with his diet changes, or you're trying to get him to get up?
I measure all his food,
Mm-hmm.
calculate his carb intake for his sugar conversion, calories, the whole works, portion control size. I get up at 4 o'clock every morning.
Ooh.
But yeah, I get up 4 in the morning and I make his breakfast.
Okay.
And I pack his lunch, portion sized and controlled. Dinner time, I've been trying to make, one of our kids is now out of the house at college, so it's only 3 of us, so I've been trying to shrink this amount that I cook so that he's limited to the portion size that he can have. When it was all 4 of us in the house and 2 teenage boys, I would make 2 boxes of macaroni and cheese, and then they would just make double helpings.
Right.
So I've kind of scaled that back.
Okay.
So not just for him, but for my own benefit. So I'm not tempted to go back for seconds of the double helping.
Because it's not there.
Yeah, and so if it's not there, and you can't have it. And so the same thing with grocery shopping. I haven't been buying the snack foods or, things. The problem I have with him is that he buys it on his way home and brings it into the house, and then not only is he tempted, but I'm tempted. And then, I'm trying to change my diet, and there it is. Cookies screaming, eat me, eat me, eat me, eat me. So, and we've got the treadmill, so I've been trying to exercise more and get into the routine, but, I can't get him to do it. And then when he doesn't do it, he's like, oh, well, come watch this TV show with me or come watch this movie with me. And I'm like, stuck. Okay, because if I don't, he makes me feel bad because we don't have a whole lot of quality time.
Right.
Because of school and work. So I end up sitting with him and not doing my treadmill time or my exercise time. And so that gets kind of in the way.
Do you ever try to suggest to him? I mean, there's all kinds of exercises and things like that you could do. So maybe while you're watching the movie, you guys could be doing some
We mounted a flat screen TV in front of the treadmill.
Okay.
So when you're on the treadmill, you're looking at the screen. We have the new DirecTV where you can watch it, the program in different rooms, or no matter where you recorded it. So anything that's recorded, which is all we watch is recorded stuff. So anything that's recorded, we can watch from right in front of the treadmill. So I do that when I get on. I put one of my shows on, and I, run or do whatever. We've put his shoes on the treadmill. We've put his water bottle in the thing with the remote control to the TV.
So not to tell you what to do, but just to give you a suggestion, do you think that if you tell him, I'm meeting you in the middle by watching the show with you, so why don't you meet me in the middle by getting on whatever exercise equipment that might be side to side, so then technically you all are spending that time together?
Yeah, I've tried, even if he doesn't want to exercise, come down and spend time with me while I'm on the treadmill, watch the TV from downstairs, but I get the excuses, oh, I worked hard, this is my chair, I'd like to sit in my chair, blah, blah, blah. But then my procrastination sneaks in, and I'm back to my old habits and my old routines. And now that the winter's coming and the sun is like shorter, so I have less daylight time, that affects my seasonal depression disorder.
Right.
And so then it's just by the time I get home, it's dark and I don't feel like doing anything. And so I end up sitting on the couch with him watching the TV.
So would it be easier, do you think you could just leave from the car and go straight to your exercise equipment just to get it out of the way? Like, when the TV shows are coming, he knows what he wants to watch. And if it's right around the time where you're getting home, maybe just go straight in, like, let me get these few minutes because...
No, that don't work with him. But what I've been trying to do for me, like I said, I figured if I could do it, then it would rub off. I've been trying to focus on doing, because all my classes are in the evening. I try to get up in the morning and do it.
Okay.
And then that way my exercise is done, and then I can have my smoothie, my protein shake, and then plan out my diet for the day. When he doesn't go, let's meet after class and eat out for dinner. And so there's always like, and I know it's me allowing him to do it, but there's always like an excuse to not do it, and it's always him, oh, watch TV with me. Oh, let's eat out. Oh, let's not do that. Let's do this instead. And my procrastination side of me is like, oh, okay. I just kind of fall into it. So I've been trying to change it, just trying to, I don't know, figure out a way to try to stick to
a routine. Think about maybe one or two things that could possibly, you're doing it by helping him eat healthier, but he still has to, exercise and to also help you along with your procrastination as well. And apparently health is something that you're concerned about right now. What would be something that you could possibly suggest to him that you would know for a fact that he would be firm on,
trying
doing
it,
it?
Being open to try? I don't know. It's something I'd have to think on, or I don't know. I can't really research it, but I'm trying to figure. I can't come up with it right off the top of my head, but there's got to be something that I could do that we could do together, or make a pact to to do it together, or to not sabotage each other.
So he just doesn't want to exercise at all? Is that what it is?
I'm not 100% sure. I get, because he gets up early at 4 and he goes to work and he works all day. And he works, a laborious job, so he's busy all day. Okay. And when he gets home, he's tired, he's done, he doesn't want to deal with, my petty little, get on the treadmill, nagging.
So maybe he feels, because I guess his job has him going and doing stuff that is his exercise for the day.
Yeah, but it's not.
I understand what you're saying. And I would almost say to ask him that, maybe write a few questions down to ask him, like, what is it that makes you not want to help me along by helping you as well?
Right, that's true.
Because you do want to share that time together, since you don't have that much time together. When he's at work, you're at home. When he's at home, you're at school.
Right.
And then when both of you all are coming home, regardless, you're both tired.
Right.
So that's definitely not helping with your procrastination. But it's always good when you can have somebody work out with you, because it does make you want to do it.
Right.
I've experienced that myself.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much to get me off schedule. I've discovered that in my own, in my own observation of trying to make this change, that little things are quick to set me off the track. Or I allow little things to get in my way. Right. That kind of thing. So I've been trying to pay attention to what those things are and what I can do different to not allow that procrastination to sneak in and take over and get in my way and wreck my schedule and my regiment.
So how about your school? Is your school affected like severely by your procrastination, or are
It
you on
is.
top of that?
No, it is, and I'm on top of it, but it is play a factor. Because a lot of times, back to watching that TV show, and then I'm like, oh, that English paper is not due for 3 more days, so I'm not gonna do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. And then I get up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I got this morning, but you know what? This house needs to get cleaned, and I can't do this paper and think and concentrate in this chaos in this house. So I got to clean the house before I can do the paper, and then by the time I'm done cleaning the house, I don't have time to do the paper, and then
Right.
so it always comes down to the last minute.
I always feel like you're running.
Always trying to get things in right at the under the wire.
And then you said you have teenage boys, so I'm sure
Oh yeah,
that keeps you busy.
Oh yeah, like there's sports events and there's banquets and races,
Yeah.
invitations, whatever else. Mom, come watch me do this, or Mom, come here with us, or I need to go to practice, or I need to ride home and go to my friend's house. And so there's lots of stuff.
So you're super mom, super wife.
Exhausted mom, exhausted wife.
But you're doing it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
If I could make a suggestion to you, maybe get a weekly calendar, something you could post somewhere that you can see it and even check it off, bullet it, sticker it, whatever works for you. Because that will make you start to feel better about yourself. Not that you feel bad, but if you can check it off and say, this is what I did. I don't have to worry about it. I'm not going to forget about it. I may have that time just to go sit down now and watch this instead of worrying about, I got to get my exercise in, I got to clean my house, I got to worry about my boys. Just try to be a little bit more organized in your daily routines. And that way you won't feel like you're procrastinating, because it sounds like you want to do it, but then something over here
always gets in the way,
sidetracks you or something like that.
Yeah, I've actually got a big, huge whiteboard, and I've got it cordoned off, like divided up, so it's like one big calendar, but it's like a month and a half, and I can write in the days, so I can adjust it. And I was like thinking, oh, I need to get organized, and I need to get that calendar put up to date. And I looked at it, and it says Thanksgiving on it. But it's not this Thanksgiving. It's actually last Thanksgiving with wrestling season on it. So, yeah, that's one of those things that have gone.
So instead of maybe doing a monthly, maybe if weekly or bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, so you're not overwhelmed, because that can be an issue as well. If you see so many things at one time, it's like when people run into word problems for math, if it's too much, they can't do it.
Yes.
So
no, you know what I see? The problem I have with the calendar is that when I see it, I'm like, oh, I got 3 more days. Okay, so I got time. So if I list it, it works better. If I put it on a daily calendar, and even then I still do. Oh, it's not due to the 15th. It's only the 12th. I have like 2 more days before I have to knock it out.
Right.
So that's where it really sneaks in and gets me, and then I'm just like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Today's the 15th, and it was due by 10 o'clock tonight, so I got like 20 minutes to get it done.
Well, I mean, we do everything in baby steps here, so as long as you're working at it, I would suggest to update your new calendar, because Thanksgiving is coming soon again, and then before you know it, this year will be over. So, like I said, the questions for your husband to see what exactly it is, because it may very well be that I worked all day and I've done enough doing my job, and I feel like I've done enough, but sometimes men just think that way at times. True. So I would do that, and also organize your calendar a little better, whether it's listing, court boarding, or even setting timers on your cell phone, because modern technology is definitely
do the reminder
coming. So and even if you have to set it for a day before it's due, if you can still get your assignments done the day before, and that works for you, then that works for you. But if I put it on there a week ago, I still have a week, you're going to keep waiting, and then that day is going to be here. So those are just a few things that I would like you to work on. And maybe, I know your conversation with you and your husband might be personal. If that's not something you want to share with me, I understand. But I would like to see a week of activities for you, just to see that you're working on the new calendar for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Okay?
Good.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right.